Hey there, Giant fans of fun. It's Thad, the theme park giant, and today I am coming to you from EPCOT. It is January 8th, 2025. It's my first time back in a Disney park for a couple weeks. Had some family in town. They don't have Disney passes. And with the holiday crowds, it just wasn't that much fun to come to the parks. The tourists have left for a couple days at least. With the big marathon weekend ahead, it will be busy again, but after this week it should die down for a few weeks, and the locals like me will be very excited to get our parks back until mid-February when the crowds kind of ramp back up again. So I just wanted to get into EPCOT today. There's no festival going on for a couple weeks at least until the Festival of the Arts gets going. No more Christmas decorations, which does bum me out, but I do have a Guardians virtual queue. Lines are pretty short today, so I think we'll get a lot done. But come along, let's go have a giant day of fun. And Spaceship Earth is back to its fairly normal midday, 15 minutes. Just the walkways look a lot better. I'm showing up later than usual. It's about 1:30. But you can definitely see the parks are a lot less busy than they have been the last couple weeks. Just absolutely brutal the couple times I ventured into the parks. All right, first audible of the day. Guardians had a long line already. I don't know if they were closed for a bit, but the lightning lanes were kind of backed up, and the virtual queue is out the door as well. So we'll check on that a little later. I think we'll go see maybe Living with the Land, Soarin, Figment, that side of the park. Walking through the center area of the park here, and saw that little cage thing that started as a Festival of the Arts show and still pops up here, I think on a regular basis. But the Festival of the Arts begins next Friday, January 17th. If you've never done that, it is pretty cool. A lot of artists come in, sell their products, sell their art. They'll autograph it for you. You get to talk to them. It's pretty cool. And then they do little shows and things like that throughout the park. Different little, I guess, artistic type things. It's the Festival of the Arts. Now I don't know what this Once Upon a Stage thing is over here in the Communicore Hall, but it must be our next little festival setup for the arts. 30 years of Disney on Broadway. I'm sure they'll remove tables for whatever they're going to put in there. And just to show you how quiet the park is today, it's about 1:45, and the virtual queue, the 1 p.m. virtual queue for Guardians is still open. Haven't seen that in a while. Sadly, no more glimmering greenhouses, but it does mean you get to ride the land in less than 45 minutes.
Systems is the rich and productive living system, providing us with constant American farm. Need to produce food for a growing world led to the enormous use and sometimes overuse of the land. In our search for more efficient ways to grow food,
and I was wrong. The lights for the glimmering greenhouses are still here. Might have to come back at night for one more night ride.
For some, it's difficult to imagine the holidays without winter and snow. But one of the most important holiday crops actually grows in the tropics. In parts of southern Italy, family and friends gather once a year to celebrate La Vigilia with a 7-course seafood dinner. Tilapia, bass.
Another hidden Mickey here, the 2 reefs and the tunnel we go through make another one. Or at least that's how I see it. Some shrimp in there today.
Vibrant of good fortune. They say it's better to give than to receive. And in this greenhouse, we're celebrating the holidays by giving back to the nutmeg for its cakes and other delights. By cultivating these festive plants with care and good cheer, scientists are able to celebrate the holidays with the These greenhouses represent just a fraction of the work being done worldwide to produce bountiful harvests for our growing.
And the Soarin standby dropped from 45 to 30 right as I walked by, so we're gonna hop in. Haven't done Soarin, I don't think since, I think I came like the day after they updated the video. I don't know if I've been on it since. So that was a nice little surprise to get to see the glimmering greenhouse one last time on Living with the Land. I didn't think they'd still have it out since the festival is over. I'm starting to wonder if this is going to be 30 minutes because the line's back here. I'm going to give it a couple minutes and just see. The line looks a lot worse than it actually is. Even though it was stretched way back there, I don't think there's a lot of multi-pass users today, so we got up to the turn here in about 10 minutes, so it should probably only be about a 20-minute wait or so before we're in the next line, which is what they go by with those wait times. So that wasn't too bad. It only took about 15 minutes to get into a little sorting area where you go into one of the 3 theater lines, so I'll take that, you know, middle of the afternoon. 15-minute wait for sorting. Yeah. Goodbye, tourists.
Hello, and welcome to Soarin. My name is Patrick, and I'll be your chief flight attendant today. Cameras, purses, hats, and of course, these little beauties. Next, fasten your seatbelts and... Soarin to tower. We are ready for takeoff.
You know that the arc
right, so it was a pretty short wait for Soarin, all things considered. Probably about 20 minutes, so I like any time that I can get on Soarin in under a half an hour. I consider that a win. I'm wearing my Figment sweater. That means we're gonna go ride Journey into Imagination with Figment, and it is a 5-minute wait right now. 5 minutes. Might be an empty queue today. Have I mentioned how much I like January for crowds? Because they're pretty awesome.
I'm Dr. Nigel Channing, Chairman of the Imagination Institute. Hello. On your tour, you'll see how the 5 human senses can help capture your imagination.
Oh, can I go too?
Absolutely not. This is one of our discoveries, the Figment of Imagination. What? This is odd. Hello?
Hello?
Who is this?
It's Figment!
Figment? I thought I told you not to interfere.
But you've got it wrong, Doc. It's not about listening with your ears. It's about listening with your imagination.
Now I've completely lost my train of thought. Now, all together, if you would please read line 3 and hit.
With F-I-G-M-E-N-T, you can see things differently. Anything can happen. Woohoo! You win 1 cent!
Figment, don't! Oh, yeah, that really stinks.
Did you know that it's coffee?
Nose. One awful whip
It's coffee.
can send you reeling. One lovely sip can be a peach to really clowns around. That makes town side up and upside down.
And as always, I've ended up in the last train, which means when this thing drops down, there's nothing to look at.
Thank you, Figment.
You just stare at nothing.
So, as you can plainly see, imagination works the best when it's set free.
You said it, Doc. Imagination is a blast. Imagination. A dream
Nothing to
can
see.
be a dream come true with just that spark from me and you. Imagination.
Right at the start.
The start of everything that's new.
And then Eric Idle as the moon is pure nightmare fuel.
Imagination, a dream can be a dream come true. And now
Well, that's adorable. Got a new Figment hoodie. I would wear that. Well, we've done every other ride over on this side, so we may as well wait for the seas with Nemo and friends. It says 15 minutes. I'd be very surprised if it was that long, but we'll check it out. Then I think we'll go around the aquarium for a bit. If you were ever curious about the exact moment where I knew I became old, it's walking into this queue. My camera makes it look a lot brighter, but this thing is so dark. It is the darkest queue on the face of the planet. Sometimes I'll get my cell phone light out. But luckily with the camera I can actually see a little better. But come on, Disney, turn the light up a little bit in here.
I am looking for my son.
I can help. Oh, no.
It's Nemo.
Where?
Oh, that's right.
All right, Mr. Smarty Pants.
Stop playing games.
Games? I love games. Oh, I'm thinking of something pink and bouncy that looks like
Jellyfish.
Right.
Whoa! You're like totally stopped. Here's what you do. Stay in your seats while Crush Man sees what he can do to get you moving.
Hey.
Go. Whoa! Kill a nut or two.
There's a hidden Mickey out in the water. Munching on some lettuce. Oh, we got another manatee right here. How do you not love manatees? Had the underwater viewing earlier, and now we're upstairs, and I don't know what this manatee's doing, but it's kind of hiding over here. Must be some lettuce back there he's trying to get.
Mira de aquí arriba. El profe Manta. Ese es el profe Manta. Mira ya abajo. Ay.
Got some scuba divers working on some things here. You see them in the tank sometimes, cleaning things, fixing things. Oh yeah, here's another one over here. You can barely see their feet sticking out here. Doing something with those rocks.
So essentially, if we go from that wall to that wall over there.
And on the ride, I mentioned I saw a hidden Mickey out in the water, and apparently I've never come up here to look at it, or never noticed it when I was up here.
Andy, where you going? Slow down.
That's Pizza. She was unsure if that was you or not.
All right, so we've done everything on this side of the park in just a little over an hour and a half. Pretty nice when you can just show up, ride things without having to wait a long time or have a multi-pass. We are going to head over to Guardians now, cash in that virtual queue, and then I think we'll probably do Spaceship Earth on the way out, and we'll call it a day, because that'll be every ride in Future World. I still call it Future World, except for Mission Space, because Mission Space doesn't really count. Not in my book. One random thought after doing Living Seas with Nemo. One thing that's always bothered me about that ride is that, I can't think of the name of the fish, but it's got the light on its head. But that thing, they spent a lot of money on that Kuka arm to buy that technology, and then I feel like that thing is really underutilized. It doesn't seem to work a lot, but I will say getting to sit there for about a minute, 90 seconds and watch it loop a few times, it is pretty cool. It's just a lot of times when you go by it, it's not doing its cycle. And I actually think that's just poorly programmed. And I never realized it. I just always thought it was broken down a lot. And it's always a fun game of trying to guess, is it actually really busy over here, or are people just standing right outside the virtual queue entrance 10 minutes before they get called? I'm gonna guess it's the latter, because that's usually what it is. And yeah, it's just people hanging out over here. Don't do that.
In just 4 billion years, they will merge with a gravitational force that will
not the best, but I've waited in worse. Probably be about 40 minutes before we're in the first pre-show, but I haven't been on this for a couple weeks, so I'm gonna wait.
Making it sound as intense and dangerous as it actually was.
I'm sure it was very intense. We'll learn more about just how intense and dangerous it was in just a moment. So, it was your idea to help Santa?
More or less. Okay. It wasn't exactly my idea.
Is this the famous Groot? Every Xandarian knows how you gave your life to save the rest of the Guardians that day of the battle. Tell us in your own words how that felt.
I am Groot.
Alright, that took just under 30 minutes or so to get into the first pre-show room, so now we're going to hang in the back here, away from the crowd, because I don't like to be jammed in with everybody just to save like a minute. So one of my big pet peeves the last few months has been people yelling out their funny jokes in the second room, the first actual pre-show. So I'm going to start recording just to see if I catch some of these alcoholic or day drinker, really funny original jokes. I want you all to see how cringe it is, so you stop doing it.
Does anyone know what they call themselves? What? I'm on? Someone needs to tell me. You made it! I mean, of course you did. Nova Prime?
Everybody runs to the right.
What you see before?
Easily my favorite.
Yes, hands down.
Okay, now boy. This plan is never gonna work. Rocket! Well, okay, I've locked onto your vehicles.
We'll be right behind you.
Nothing to worry about.
Unless we cannot stop this unusually large man, then you're likely doomed.
Drax!
Good luck! You're gonna need it.
Useless to follow me. What is that noise?
No one's gonna stop rock and roll from existing.
What have we done?
I think we're jumping back. All the way back.
All the way? To the Big Bang?
95% certain.
Which means there's a 5% chance we're just in a tunnel.
Getting a super long delay here.
Generator.
It's about time. Of course it is about time. Have you not been paying attention? Number team, leave your star blasters. We have to complete.
We're back. Locking coordinates for EPCOT.
It's Ready to raise our rates.
All right, we got our ride on Guardians one way or another. One of the good songs. I'm happy with that. As long as it's not Tears for Fears, everybody wants to rule the world. I'm usually okay with the song selection. Had a really cool family from Denver that I rode with. Mom was super excited. She loves the ride. They're here for the marathon. But you might hear her yelling and singing and just having a good time on that because she was loving it. Gonna swing by Spaceship Earth on the way out of the park and check out how long the line is. It's not too bad. We're gonna give it a ride. It's been a couple months, so we'll play it by ear here. And it's only about 5 minutes, so we'll get a ride on this before we head out for the day.
For your safety, remain seated at all times. During your slow-moving journey, your time machine will slowly rotate backwards and may start on the left.
Is where our story begins. We are alone, struggling to survive, until we learn to communicate with one another. Now we can hunt as a team and survive together. Cave War. There was only one small problem. When we moved, the recorded knowledge stayed behind. Now let's move ahead to ancient Egypt, because sometimes with it, the dawn of great civilization. Great wisdom and solution. They create a simple common alphabet, adaptable to most languages. Remember how easy it was to learn your ABCs? Check the Phoenicians. They are a third of the high-tech life we enjoy today. Over by Arab and Jewish scholars. Call it the first backup system. In books by hand. But that is about to change.
Humble young man began in the Berlin Olympics, proving to the world that champions come in all races, creeds, and colors. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
time machine is rotating backward for your return.
Let's have some fun creating the future, shall we? Let's take a look, shall we?
Welcome to the future. Or should I say, your future? Here in your future, getting away on vacation is a breeze. Your smart suitcase knows where you're going and what your meal is for today. And with solar power from your long fueling station, you're off.
All right, Giant fans of fun, that is going to do it for today. I had a really fun afternoon here at EPCOT. It was great to get the Christmas crowds out of here. I do miss the Christmas decorations, but I do not miss the Christmas crowds. So there's gonna be a lot more park vlogs coming up here in the next couple weeks. Be out and about at the parks enjoying these low crowd situations. So we did pretty much everything in Future World. I'm always gonna call it Future World, except Mission Space. Like I said, it doesn't really count for me. So pretty good afternoon, just under about a little over 3.5 hours I was here, but we did a lot. So hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed bringing you along with me. Slab the Theme Park Giant saying thanks for watching, and get out there and make it a giant day of fun.